Imagine for a moment Deadpool, not just with his usual array of sharp blades and explosive quips, but with something far more devastating. Something that could turn the most impenetrable defenses into mere dust. Picture him in the thick of battle, his signature red and black suit a blur, his katanas flashing, but with a difference. These aren't just steel. They are shimmering with an internal light, humming with an almost arcane energy. And when they strike, they don't just cut through flesh and bone, but slice through materials as hard as diamond, as if they were butter. It's a breathtaking image, a power that elevates the merc with a mouth to an entirely new level of close-quarters lethality. This isn't a hypothetical what if. This was, for a time, a very real, very tangible ability in Deadpool's storied history. A power-up that granted him, through a specific suit, katanas capable of being charged with an energy field, allowing them to cut through virtually anything. Think about that for a moment. Deadpool, already a master swordsman, now equipped with blades that could bypass almost any conventional armor or defense. The implications for his combat style, his effectiveness against high-tier threats were immense. These weren't just fancy-looking swords. The power was intricately tied to a particular suit he wore, a technological marvel that allowed the suit itself to channel energy into the blades. When activated, the katanas would glow, a visible manifestation of the incredible cutting power they possessed. We're talking about blades that could effortlessly cleave through reinforced adamantium, slice through vibranium with a bit of effort, and make quick work of even the most durable alien alloys. This wasn't just an upgrade. It was a paradigm shift in how Deadpool could engage his targets. His opponents, already struggling with his unpredictable nature and healing factor, would suddenly face a nearly unstoppable force in a direct confrontation. For a character like Deadpool, known for his improvisational combat and his reliance on sheer chaotic energy, such a precise and powerful enhancement was truly remarkable. It grounded his inherent deadliness in a tangible, almost scientific, albeit comic book science, explanation. He wasn't just lucky or good, he was armed with a genuine, formidable advantage. In the hands of a character who already boasts a healing factor that makes him effectively immortal, and a skill set that allows him to go toe-to-toe with some of Marvel's most dangerous fighters, these diamond-cutting katanas transformed him into an apex predator in close combat. Every swing was a potential execution, every parry a threat to the strongest materials. It made him not just deadly, but terrifyingly efficient. So, why, you might ask, does this incredible power-up not regularly feature in his current comic adventures? Why isn't every artist drawing Deadpool with these glowing, diamond-rending blades? The answer lies in the fascinating, often whimsical, nature of comic book storytelling itself, and it introduces us to a concept many longtime comic readers are intimately familiar with: the writer-specific power. These energy-charged katanas, as potent and impactful as they were, belonged to a specific era, a particular narrative arc, and were essentially an innovation of a specific creative team. Once that team moved on, or once the story concluded, the power, much like a forgotten plot device in a summer blockbuster, simply faded from the collective consciousness of the character's ongoing narrative. It wasn't explicitly taken away. There was no dramatic scene where Deadpool lost the suit or the ability was sabotaged. It just wasn't brought up again. This phenomenon is actually quite common in the dynamic world of serialized comics. Writers and artists, as they take the reins of an iconic character, often introduce new elements, new abilities, new gadgets, or even new relationships to leave their unique mark on the character's legacy. Some of these additions become foundational, woven into the very fabric of who the character is. Others, however, are more temporary, serving a specific purpose within a particular story before being gently, or sometimes abruptly, set aside by subsequent creative teams who have their own vision for the character.
For Deadpool, a character whose very existence often parodies the tropes and conventions of comic books, this writer-specific power takes on an even more meta-textual significance. His world is already one where the fourth wall is merely a suggestion, where continuity is often played for laughs, and where even his own motivations can shift depending on the color of his narrative boxes. So, it almost feels fitting, in a strange way, that even his most formidable weaponry could be as transient as a punchline. The disappearance of these diamond-cutting katanas serves as a gentle yet profound reminder of the collaborative and ever-evolving nature of comic book lore. It highlights the fluidity of powers, and how they are ultimately subservient to the narrative being told at any given moment. Deadpool might be a healing factor-wielding mercenary, but even he isn't immune to the whims of the pen. His powers, his suit, his very equipment are all at the mercy of the storytellers who guide his chaotic journey. It leaves us to ponder, what other forgotten abilities might Deadpool possess? What other incredible gadgets or skill sets lie dormant in the forgotten issues, waiting to be rediscovered, or perhaps never to be seen again? The diamond katanas are just one example, a glittering fragment of a forgotten era, hinting at a Deadpool who could have been even more powerful, even more devastating than the one we know today. Yet in their absence, we also find a peculiar charm, the charm of a character whose story is never truly static, always open to reinvention, always subject to the delightful inconsistencies that make comic books so endlessly engaging. So, as we reflect on this fascinating tidbit of Deadpool history, these powerful blades that vanished into the narrative ether, it serves as a wonderful example of how characters, even the most established ones, are constantly being reshaped, reimagined, and sometimes conveniently depowered, all in the service of a compelling new story. It's a testament to the dynamic relationship between creators and characters, and how even the most incredible powers can be written in and then, just as easily, written out. What do you think about these lost powers? Are there other comic book characters you know who have had amazing abilities appear and then simply disappear? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the forgotten corners of comic book lore, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into the fascinating world of our favorite heroes and villains. We'd love for you to join our community.